Hi, Stephen. We are happy to
Hey
have you
guys.
today and do a little interview. This is Stephen Kinsella. He's from FSM Bray, which is one of only three Brand X labs around the world and the only one in Europe. So we're really glad to have him on here, and we'd love to hear your story, Stephen.
Cool. Thanks, guys. So I started, I originally started coaching sports when I was 16, and that was kind of a byproduct of playing a sport, helping out the younger teams. And I never really thought much of it, to be honest. But when I first heard about training kids for strength and conditioning or functional fitness, I started putting a little bit more research into it. And then I found out that you guys were coming to Manchester, and the first ever certification of that kind in Europe. So I think myself and Johnny from Northern Ireland, Johnny Smith, were the only two. Well, he's Northern Irish, so it's not really Irish. So we went over, and he was very rude, I must say. But enough of it. I went and did a 2-day course with you guys, and it was a huge eye-opening experience of coaching kids and how to coach kids and why we should be coaching kids and how we're different from adults. And then I took that home, and I didn't open anything for a couple of years. I think it was 2014, it was 4 years later when I actually got to open my first kids program. And then I went back to you guys, the Brand X, and I did my online course. And I started running a kids program, very small. I think it was 2 kids or up to 4 kids for the first 6 months. And we weren't making any money. 2 of the kids were free, and we were just trying to do it. But there was something about working with these kids I knew I wanted to do. So we just plugged away, and then we started growing, and we got a full Saturday class. Then we had to split the age groups. And then about that time, when we started moving to weekdays, you brought out advanced coaching. And you could only be, I remember you could only be a Brand X Center if you were an advanced coach. But I asked, could I become a Brand X Center before? Which you kind of said I could, but you still have to go to the course, which I did. And I went to Bristol, and I met you guys again, and we did the course there. But what I took from Brand X when doing that was, the advanced course was a deeper understanding of why I wanted to be a kids coach and a youth coach, and then how to grow my program. Because when I came away from Bristol, what I knew was FSM, firstly, we love coaching kids, and because of that, it's going to work. And ever since I've worked with you guys in Bristol, and you've been to Ireland, and we've done the online, the PYCC, and everything that you've put out, like I do, and I get my guys to do when they can, is we know that what we're learning is only going to make us better, because the foundation that we had is a passion for working with kids and teens. We've won awards. We're looking into growing, obviously with COVID and stuff, but we're looking to grow it into a much bigger entity. Than it's not just a supplemental program we do for our gym. It is one of the primary programs, and we put it in front of our adults sometimes, because we cater for our teens times especially. And it's just something that I find that we don't have enough of it. And looking around the world, we've never, I think I know of one, maybe 2 other companies that might offer a youth education, but they're very basic. They're, again, just pretty much pulling an adults program and saying it's kids. But we are not learning that you're trying to teach a kid a prescription for life. And you're looking at efficiency and movement, and you care about how they move versus how fast they move. And it's not about a PR, it's not about the time. And what we've seen with our kids, and you know of Reen started at 13, and then he became one of the youngest Brand X coaches at 16, and now he's 18, and he's cheeky, but he's got 4 years of solid coaching under his belt, which is more than most coaches I know. And we've recently just taken on a kid that was with us since 8, and she is now 14, and she is now becoming an intern, and she's going to start her first day this Saturday with our kids program. And she could be, so we're training coaches from such a young age that are now going to give their feedback because they've actually gone through the journey, kind of like Sophie, and then and obviously Keegan and Connor and Duncan and stuff, but who've gone through the process of being trained by Brand X programming, and now we're going to start giving that back to younger generations. So I think it's kind of like a family, what we've built at FSM, and then with the support and the education of Brand X, it's just become something I always knew was possible. I didn't think how big we could make it, and it's just only going to get better from there.